So I'm working at feeding the cows this morning. I just have to add the last ingredient, corn silage. Just opened up the second bunker silo this week. It's looking really good so far. At first we don't use the shaver, we just scoop into it till we get back a little bit farther. Skitty needed some fuel. I'm gonna mix up the heifer batch now. Andrew's taking care of bedding the special needs right now. He's in the area for a couple days helping out again. For those who don't know, Andrew's marrying my younger sister here in May. He's a pasture beef farmer in Virginia, so he's not too familiar with dairy, but he's helping out here, learning some things. I'm adding the last ingredients of the heifer batch. I don't normally do a lot of morning feedings. It's normally my dad during the week. My dad's actually away this week. He's with a group from our church doing some service work, so it's good for him to be able to do something a little different for a bit. We had a few issues this week, but everything's gone relatively smoothly. I ran feed out to pens 3 through 5. Once we get those done, we got to scoop a straw just to dilute the feed a little bit for the older heifers. You know, heifers from 5 months old through 16 months shouldn't all be getting the exact same feed ration. The older ones would get a little too fat if they were getting the same diet, and we'd be wasting money feeding them extra nutrients. Rather than mixing up multiple batches, we'll just do one batch, run some out. I'm gonna top dress this with a little bit of soybean meal, and then we added straw, and we'll run the rest out. We'll do this barn, and then there's some left in there for the other farm as well. The feeding is all done. Andrew just brought a scoop of sawdust up to the calf barn. We're gonna get these bed up, and I have some vaccinations I want to give. Try to do this twice a week. Take the hose out of the way so we don't drive all over it. We got them all bed up. There's a group of them that we want to move out next week, these 9, so I'm gonna hit those with a vaccine now. Help resist diseases as they're going through that little bit of stress moving out of this barn. A lot of these vaccines are set up with 2 parts. You just mix them together and then you have to give it soon after. You helped me do this last time, didn't you?
Yeah.
We got one in the corner and then bring the others behind her.
Okay, yeah.
They're working at siding today on the house. They have the whole south end of the house sided. Got that done yesterday. Now they're working on the east side here. So we just went and picked up these planter arms that we were getting drilled out. So they drilled all these arms out. Some of the holes are starting to wear a little bit, and we got these new bolts and bushings. So this should tighten everything up really well. We don't want there to be play in these arms at all. Just making sure we put things back together correctly. The afternoon milking is going right now. I have 2 cows I want to dry up, get them out of the barn here today. It's Friday, so we want to make sure we have enough space in there for the weekend. Last weekend, I thought we were going to be good. We ended up having 6 fresh cows, and there's only room for 1 in the barn. Everything was way too full. So I got these 2 dried up. We'll have to chase them to the dry cow barn then. See if Andrew made any progress with the corn planter. What the world? I thought you'd be done by now.
Yeah, okay.
You got this one tightened up?
Yeah, this one was a little bit of a pain.
Get it up on this side. Oh boy. It's good we have 3 guys. Hey! Hey! They don't always see that gap between the buildings right away. Okay, we got about 4 to chase up. We're gonna have to work on the planter more later because it's time to feed cows. I got Andrew feeding today. Been training him with that some. So he's getting started. I'll probably be helping him a little bit. But I'm opening up the heifer barn right now. I just want to put some wood shavings in here. I'm looking forward to summer when these fans can run. Keep everything dry again. Although I'm not really looking forward to summer because of how hot it gets. I guess it's best to just enjoy the season we're in. We really need a home manure out of here. It's all getting up to the gates. I even skimmed some off the top last week. It hasn't really been that cold, so the fields aren't solid enough to drive on. He seems to be doing well. He got the whole dry cow batch done. I wasn't even here watching. I'm confident he knows what he's doing enough that I can go get some calf feed. We're getting low going into the weekend, and it's Friday, 4 o'clock here. I should be able to get it before they close. I can take 2 pallets along with me, that way we can trade them. A lot of calves in the calf barn right now, so they've been eating tons of feed. We got 2 pallets right here. Everything seems to be going well here with Andrew. He's on his final step adding the silage. While he's doing that, I picked up some more salt at the mill for on top of our wet brewer grains. I'd spread a few bags on right at first. We had some rain the last few days. I don't see salt anymore. Probably washed down in some, so I want to get some more on top. So I just threw 3 bags on there. Just help preserve it there a little bit. Seeming to be helping from putting it on last week. Don't want to see mold growing on it, and it's looking okay. I like the colder weather, helps keep it a little bit better. We got into that new bunker silo, and the first bit we started feeding was really wet stuff, so I was adding some extra pounds in to compensate for the extra weight of the water. And I guess it's getting a little drier as we're getting back into it because they got a lot of extra feed now. Just got everything run out. This is the last group, first calf heifers. So it's the next day here. It's a Saturday. They're not working on the house. Just wanted to show you where they're at. They already have half of it sided. Went with vinyl siding. It's actually a similar color to the old house. This right here that sticks out is for the propane fireplace in there. You can stick it into the house to keep this flush, but then you're just losing some space inside. So we got that big window in there the other day. That was one that we were waiting on. I think it looks good. So they did the concrete, it was just over a week ago. They did the porch, garage, and the basement. And now this past week they're working at different details. Got the posts on the porch. So you can see our view from the porch. That's the west right there, so you got the sunset. It's one thing that's awesome about where we live. We can see the sunset really well. The electrician was here this week, starting to rough in a little bit. Hey Mike, what's up? Got some lights out here. So they haven't done too much inside. The electrician was here working at the upstairs this week. This is this big picture window. So from the living room, we'll be able to see the farm really well. Look at all this wire. That's expensive right there. They want to do HVAC and plumbing before they can do the electric downstairs, but he roughed in all the electric upstairs. To go down into the basement. These steps weren't in before because they were waiting to get the concrete done. It's all done now. I can't imagine being an electrician. It just seems complicated. Can't see the basement too well now. Kind of dark, but